All right, today we're diving into a really powerful idea, how you can actually achieve so much more by, believe it or not, doing less. In a world that's just full of distractions, we're going to uncover the secret to cutting through all that noise and locking in on the one thing that truly makes a difference. Does this sound familiar? You've got a to-do list that just never seems to end. Your calendar is totally packed, and you have this constant feeling of being busy, but you're not actually being productive. It's this super frustrating cycle, right? But what if the solution wasn't to do more, but to focus on less? You know, we've all been sold this idea that multitasking is the secret to getting things done. But here's the thing, it's a lie. Trying to juggle a million tasks at once just leads to stress, burnout, and really shallow work. The real power, the game changer, is focus, zeroing in on the one right thing that leads to those extraordinary knockout results. Okay, so how do we actually escape this overload trap? Well, the answer is all about discovering our one thing. This is the core idea, the foundation that's going to transform all our scattered efforts into focused, really powerful achievements. So what exactly is the one thing? It's this beautiful, simple concept. It's not just about what's most important. It's about finding that one single action, that one pivotal move that, when you do it, creates this amazing domino effect, making everything else on your list either way easier to do or, get this, completely unnecessary. And the key, the tool for finding your one thing is this powerful focusing question. Seriously, this is it. It's not something you just ask once and you're done. It becomes a daily tool for every single goal you have. Making this question a habit is what's going to keep your priorities absolutely laser sharp. Now, this concept isn't just some nice, feel-good idea. It's actually grounded in some really powerful principles that explain why this kind of intense focus is so incredibly effective. So let's explore this domino effect and see how it works. It all starts with the 80-20 rule. You might know it as the Pareto principle. Basically, it says that about 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Think about it. For a salesperson, that 20% might just be making those crucial follow-up calls, the thing that generates 80% of their commissions. Your one thing is always hiding in that critical 20%. The goal isn't to work harder, it's to find and nail those few vital actions that create the biggest success. And that brings us right to the domino effect. Just picture it, a single domino setting off this huge chain reaction, knocking over bigger and bigger pieces down the line. Your one thing is that first, absolutely crucial domino. By pouring all your energy right there, you build this unstoppable momentum that makes your next, even bigger goals just fall into place almost effortlessly. Okay, so we've got the why down. We get it. Now for the fun part, the how. This section is all about turning this whole philosophy into a real, concrete action plan you can literally start using right away. Look, if there's one habit you're going to build from all of this, make it time blocking. Specifically, you need to reserve the first 90 minutes of your day, every day, for your one thing. That's when your focus and your willpower are at their absolute peak. You have to protect this time like a fortress. This is when your most important work gets done, no interruptions allowed. And to make sure you actually follow through, here's a super simple 4-step process. First, set a really clear goal. Second, use that focusing question to pinpoint the single most important action. Third, give yourself a timeline. And finally, and this is the most important part, commit to starting now. Not later, not tomorrow, now. To really make this whole thing stick, you've got to turn it into a habit. Start by writing down your one thing every single day. Make it real, make it tangible. Then, track your progress visually. Seriously, seeing those check marks pile up is a huge motivator. And finally, take a moment to reflect on your wins each week. This builds the confidence you need to keep that focus razor sharp. But what powers this whole system for the long haul? What keeps it going? It's all about having the right mindset, an internal engine that's built on 3 key parts: inspiration, motivation, and action. Think of it like this. Inspiration, that's the spark. It's your why. Motivation, that's the fuel that you burn every single day to keep going. And action? Well, action is the engine itself, the thing that actually moves you forward. You absolutely need all 3 to get where you're going. So, how do you fuel this engine? Well, you find inspiration by getting rid of distractions and keeping a crystal clear picture of your end goal.
You keep your motivation high by asking that focusing question every day and watching your progress grow. And you take action by just building momentum one small, consistent step at a time.
So that brings us to the final, most important question. And this one's for you. Forget about next week, forget about next month. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one thing you will do tomorrow morning in your first 90 minutes to start your very own domino rally? Really think about it, write it down, and get ready to make it happen.